Everyone claims that we have to help the middle class. The reason why the middle class is the one that gets taken advantage of the most is because we're the class that spends the most money. We don't make the most, we spend the most. I'll repeat that. We do not make the most, we spend the most. So let's continue.
According to this data, if you look at the green at the top, that's upper income aggregate wealth in the US. Yellow is middle America, middle income, and the light green is lower income. To the left, the wealth in America, only 60% of it was with upper income back in 1983, 32 was with middle, and 7 was with lower. Fast forward to 2016, it's even worse today. It went from 60% of the wealth to 79%. Middle income went from 30.
That's almost 50% decline.
2% of the wealth down to 70. That's a drop of nearly 50%. And lower income went from 7% to 4%. That's a drop of 40%. So you may be asking, where are we going with this? This is the point. Every time we're printing money to assume and say these politicians, we're helping the low and middle income family. You give them money, guess what they don't know how to do? They don't know how to save. They're experts at spending. The government doesn't teach them how to save. They just give them the money and they know they're going to spend it. And then when they spend it, what do they buy? They buy a product. Somebody owes them. They owe this. They buy a camera. They buy a drink. It goes to the companies. So you give the money to the poor, knowing the money is really not being given to the poor. It's going to flow to the top, which is who? The rich. That's how the...
Did you hear that? Did you hear that? You're giving money to the poor and it only flows back up to the top. I'll say it again. You're giving money to the poor and it only flows back up to the top. Everyone that's smart and studies the market, they know that during any type of catastrophic event, that's where the wealth gaps widens the most. I'll say it again. In history, not only in our countries, other countries as well, in history has shown us any time that there's catastrophic events, huge change in the market, the wealth gap increases. What does that mean? The poor is still poor. The wealth gap is truly increasing between the middle class and the actual upper class. That's where the gap is getting wider and wider. The poor people, they're going to be there. So you ask yourself, why are we so excited to get in the middle class and be broke? Why? This is a question I have to ask myself as well. Why do I want to be in the middle class and be broke? No idea. Now as an adult, I have no idea. I'm super excited to go to college, to get in $100,000 plus in debt, to get out and get a job, hopefully making $60,000 or $70,000. Hopefully. To not be able to make enough money to where I can survive on my own. I go get all this debt and get out and still have to live with somebody else. Can't even afford to take care of myself by myself. See, if I was smart and wise, I would have went to a trade school. I would have learned skill of a welder, a plumber, electrician, carpentry. See, those individuals will forever have employment, forever. Not only in the US, but anywhere on earth. They will forever have employment. But no. The government pushes you, go get in debt. Okay, now you're in debt. Now go get more debt by getting credit cards, by buying vehicles, not homes, but buying just liabilities. Why? Why do we want to be so excited to get in the middle class? And I'll ask you guys this here. What can a poor person with good credit do that a person in the middle class can't? I can tell you a number of things. The middle class person can't get the government to pay for their home, their food, their shelter. The middle class have to do it themselves, while the poor class can. In this country, you're rewarded for being scum, for wasting yourself, your potential. You're being rewarded. Oh, you don't want to do anything with your life? Cool. Boom. There you go. You're good. Here's some food stamps. Here's some welfare. See, Social Security is for those that pay into it. Here's some welfare. Oh, you can't afford shelter? Don't worry about it. We're going to get you Section 8 or public housing. Oh, you can't afford health insurance? We're going to get you Medicaid. Let us take care of you for you not to have to do anything to contribute to society. While the government brainwashes those of us that have some sense, and then we end up becoming the biggest fools. So with this being real estate, more millionaires are made in real estate than any other industry. I'll repeat that. More millionaires are made in real estate than any other industry. So use this as a gateway to getting into real estate. I mean, of why you want to get in real estate. Hey, you don't want to be in the middle class. I don't. You know, I don't want to be in the middle class. Thankfully, I'm no longer in the middle class. I'm in that upper class where the wealth is growing. And here's how and why my wealth is growing. Simply because I'm actually acquiring assets. Not just any assets, but I'm acquiring assets that increases my monthly cash flow. That has equity inside. That's why real estate is so important. If you want to get out of that middle area, the middle area, again, we just showed is the worst area to be in. If you want to get out of there, use real estate as a vessel, as I did. And I'm going to show you guys exactly how I do it. Okay. I'm going to give you a day in the life of, a full-time investor. Give you guys just one snippet look at what I do. All right. So I invest in Chicago, Illinois, and in Louisiana. So those are areas where I like to invest. So every day I wake up, I go over here. Let's go over here. Let's go to Zillow. I go to Zillow. And this is what a lot of you guys can do. Now, my path is slightly different now than many of yours because I have experience, right, and exposure. However, I'm just showing you guys what it looks like for me. And then we can actually show you guys how to start from zero, ground zero. But it's important for you guys to know why we do what we do, develop the why you do what you do, and then we all can, have a lot of fun. All right, so look, this is what I do. You can go to Zillow. It's a free site. It's a lot of paid sites out there you can use too. So you go to Zillow, and I'm in Chicago, price point. So I like to look for properties 50,000 to 100, let's just say 200,000, okay? Number of beds. I need at least 3 beds, and let's just say 1.5 bathrooms. So it could be 1 bathroom simply because doing renovations, I could add my own bathroom. So a minimum of 3 beds for sure. 1 plus bath. Okay. Home type, I like to focus on houses. The single family, a lot of people like multifamilies, and I like them too. However, the single family, I just learned I get the best tenants in the single family homes. Then I also learned that, many of us now today, we're selfish. We're entitled. We want our own space. We don't want anybody above us, but beneath us, banging on the wall. The ceilings, hey, be quiet. You're stomping loud. No, we want our own space. So I like to focus on single family homes. Again, I do like duplex, triplexes, especially if they're like side by side. I don't like having them above. That's just my preference there. Let's see here. Let's go. Okay, listed by agent. That's coming soon. Okay, yep, that's fine. Let's see. There we go. Auctions. new construction. Let's just go to listed by agent. So you got 216 properties. Take a look at it. So what I like to do here is I like to sort by newest. Then I just start taking a look. So when I'm in Chicago, I like brick houses. Brick houses, they again, well, in each market, you tend to find out what market produces the best results. I mean, what type of product. What I've learned in Chicago, a brick property, number one, then number two, trying to have covered parking, like a garage in the back. If you don't have a garage, maybe having a backyard where you can add covered parking, like a shed that someone could drive underneath. Especially, those winters, they can get a little bit hard out there. So let's take a look. So this property here, it's a 3-bed, 1-bath, almost 1,400 square feet. So I take a look at that. Take a look at the photos. Say, okay. It's brick. The roof looks okay. Don't like the shutters, but that's not a big deal. You can remove all that stuff. Let's see here. Inside. So, and don't be intimidated by this, because Coach T and myself, we actually have a materials list. Not only a materials list, but we have a checklist. So meaning every time you walk up to a property, you know exactly what to look for. I'll give you an example. You want to look at the roof. Does the roof look like it needs to be replaced? That's what you want to know, yes or no. If it looks like it's good, leave it alone. It looks like it needs to be replaced, mark it off. It needs to be replaced. Windows, doors, you're just looking at these things, right? So it's not for you to go in and be like hyper analytical when you're doing a quick snapshot. It's really for you to look and glance and say, okay, yep, this needs to be done. That needs to be done. And so you can move on, because you don't want to spend too much time at these houses. You want to get in and out and seek out the opportunities that are there for you. So I look at this here, I see one kitchen cabinet. So, and I'm looking like, okay, they probably need a full kitchen remodel done. This property here doesn't quite interest me yet. So I'm not interested. So I just keep moving. So again, the way I move is different from the way you move, you will be moving and other people will be moving. So it's important to actually have a coach that can walk you through this process and get you comfortable and confident with it. Again, because each market is going to be different. I like this one here. It's almost 2,000 square feet, 80 grand. However, it had a lot of work in here done. Needs to be done. So when you see this here, boom, don't overthink it. All right, rip out the sheetrock, move on. Easy. You see that? See, they got a lot of new sheetrock right here. So what I would advise is, if you see like projects like this, if it's not already what we call gutted down to the studs, I would just pass on it, especially if you're inexperienced. It's not the best to start at. We had one mentee that started with the guy started with a complete remodel, and also he's going to do like a lot of new construction to it. So he basically bought the property for the land, and he's going to break it down to the shells. And I was like, no, don't do that. $150,000 plus on your first project. No, don't do that. However, he's already acquired the asset. So you know what? Boom. It's our job to assist him and help him. So that's what we're going to do. So look at this one here. This one's brick. We like it. Let's pull this one up. Okay. I already have security bars on it. Windows. It's kind of tough to tell if the windows are actually new right there. It's kind of tough for me to tell. So not too sure. So if you're looking at flipping a house, yes, you want to get new windows in there. If you're looking at renting out a property, you want to make sure that the windows are functioning. Now, if the windows are just old and busted, yep, go ahead and put that in your bid. But I like this. This house is it's pretty well maintained. Look at the concrete going up. The grass is edged. This looks like it's fresh. I like it. And here, okay. Okay, not a big deal. You can rip that paneling out, put new drywall up. Easy peasy, not a big deal. Or you could leave the panel and you could paint it. Or you could just leave it the way it is. That ceiling. Me, I'm pulling it out and I'm putting in fresh drywall. Up, all the way around. Kitchen. All right, when I'm looking at this kitchen, these cabinets look like they're in pretty good shape. So I'm keeping the cabinets, getting rid of this old antique stove right here, getting rid of that, popping in the microwave, maybe do like some Subway backsplash, and I'm done. I would change out the hardware here, and I would change out those hardware. But overall, the cabinets look salvageable. Look at that. Yeah, they look nice. Bathroom there. The tile is outdated. It's one or two things you could do. You could go in and you can repaint all that, pop a new vanity, mirror, light fixture, boom, brand new. Or you can go in there and rip all that out. Again, it comes down to if you're renting the property or if you're going to be flipping the property. Me personally, what I'm doing if I go in here, because we like rentals right now, I'm just going to go in here and clean this up. I'm gonna paint it all white, probably put some new tile on the floor and move on. Coach, this one here has a lot of potential. Have the side in there. It has a garage, which is great. Remember I said about the covered parking? So the garage needs a roof, so you'll put that in there. So the garage needs a little bit of work, so you want to take care of that because it's your investment. It's better to do it on the front end than the back end. So it's a couple things that we didn't see with this property. We didn't see the attic, nor did we see the basement. And the reason why I'm asking, pointing those two things out is the attic, if it's unfinished, you could potentially finish it and add square footage to the house. And the exact same thing with the basement. Now, they have 5,600 square feet. Now, I can tell you based upon my experience, this house is not 5,600 square feet. It's going to be the lot size. Okay. So the house itself, you would probably need an additional resource to discover what the actual square footage of the house. One of the things I like to use is PropStream. Sometimes they'll have the information. It's a couple other sites out there that you can go and get this information at too. But PropStreams is typically like one of the first stops that I go to. Okay, this is owner occupied. So the owner is actually selling this house. Hey, all right, coach, this is where it's getting really, really interesting right here. Square footage, like 1,200. Remember when I said about the attic? So in order for me as an investor to buy this house or me to recommend it to, other investors is, hey, I need to get in this house and I need to take a look at that attic. So I need to finish out that attic and be able to add that square footage to the actual value of the property. So, and here's the difference. Let's say if that house right now fixed up is worth 200, we're going to use this right here. It's worth 208,000. You go in there, you finish out that attic, you add another, 600 square feet. Now that house is worth 290,000. See the difference? And it costs you 10,000 to finish the attic. $80,000 instant equity. So that's why we're here to help support you and walk you through it. This is how the wealthy are increasing their, the gap. This is how they're doing it. Not only are they doing this, but whenever they descend into the heavens, they're leaving their heirs these assets. Their insurance policies are paying off these assets. Now these assets are on free and clear. They're generating enough revenue and income to actually put an insurance policy on the new owners of these assets. So now they're able to just keep building wealth within the family business. And that's one of the things that we're able to share with you guys and show you how to do it. Look at this, coach, here. Back in 2006, they purchased this property here. There's no loan amount on there. Well, the property's up. There we go, quit claim deed. So this property has been in the family for a very, very long time. And here's what I like about this deal here, coach. This property here doesn't have any mortgage on it. They're being ultra aggressive with their list price. Property probably is worth, 125. However, with no mortgage on it, I would go in really hard right now, just based upon the market. I would go in really hard, boom, and hit them for like 100 grand, just to see if they accept. The worst thing they could do is say no, and you move on, and you, and you submit an offer on another opportunity. Let's take a look here. Second level, 2 rooms and a closet. Boom, here we go. 1.5 stories, large dining room, living room, bonus room on the first floor. Okay. Lower level, bedroom, den, full bathroom. Second level, 2 rooms and a closet. See, this is one of the ones, this description is horrible. It's not, I need a little bit more clarity. So what this will have me actually do, if I was interested, I would have to schedule time to go out and view this property. So this is what I do. So when you're combing through these and you're searching by the new, you're able to, just really take a look at the new ones. So you've already looked at the all the old ones, and the new ones keep popping up, for you. And so once you have that search, anytime a price drop hits, boom, you're alerted. Anytime a property comes back on the market, boom, you're alerted. So you can go in and negotiate, really good terms. Here's one right here. 1,800 square feet, I like. Brick, I like. Windows, I like. It's a gated, I like. I'm liking what I'm seeing right now. Look at it, 69 photos. If they have this many photos, they really want to sell this property. Let's take a look. And actually, let's take a look and see. Okay, there we go. It was sold for $81,000. Yep, the sellers here, they just want out. They're ready. Yep, they bought it and put it right back on the market. Got it. Okay. Let's see. Like it. Just pressure wash all that up, clean all that up, get rid of all this debris. I like it. Has gate on it, a security gate, just new locks. Maybe redo the stairs as needed. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Look at that inside. Yeah. Not bad at all. So this is one that, boom, hey, I need to be interested in. So what I do is here, you see that's 1 or 2 things could happen here. They had an electrical issue that they, that the previous owners just decided to go and try to fix it. And a lot of times when you have electrical issues and you have these boxes here, they're connected to other parts of the room. So from this box here, you could have it electrical line that goes down here to the actual plugs and switches. You shouldn't have the lights and the plugs and switches on the same thing. However, it happens. Oh, well, let me take that back. They are on the same thing. I apologize. They are on the same conjunction box. So when you have that, that could be an issue. And or it looks like they got plumbing right here. See that tub? That's what they call a P-trap. So that's probably the tub, I'm supposing, because I really can't figure out why a P-trap would be this low for anything else. So that tells us that you had a little water problem upstairs. There you go, right there. But all that stuff is not a big deal. So when I'm walking through this property here, again, I'm going to show you how quick I do it. And this is what you guys will learn. And this is on the inside. When I walk through the inside, I'm looking, do I need floors in there? Yes, I do. Do I need baseboards in here? It's kind of hard to tell from the photos, but I definitely know I need floors, and I'll need what they call quarter round. Perfect. Let's keep going. Okay. Now this is the, I'll need some new vents. This is the kitchen. Do I need new kitchen cabinets? Cabinets is kind of tough to tell right here, so I'm not too sure. Don't look like it. Looks like you could probably paint them, refurbish them, get rid of the countertop, do a new countertop. Are my doors fine? Doors look okay, just new hardware. Do you want to open this up? That's part of demo. If you do, it's not a big deal because you're putting down all new floors anyway. When you do your floors, you're just going over top of these. Yep, bathrooms. There we go. See, right there. Bet this is the bathroom right here. That's right there. I bet that's it. So you're looking at the bathroom. Do you need a new bathroom? Meaning tile, tubs, floors, hardware, vanities. So yes or no? Yes, I do. Okay. I know what my price point is for that. Paint, done. Drywall repair, patch, yep, done. So you can easily go through these assets, these properties and keep looking. This is what the wealthy do. This is how we just keep growing our wealth. This is why I'm sharing with you guys this evening that, hey, look, where you start does not have to be where you finish. But the most important thing is you have to know where you're at. Knowing where you're at is even more important to me, I believe, than knowing where you're going. Because if you don't know where you're at, what good is it going to do if I give you directions? None at all. If I give you directions to get to California from Texas, however, you're stationed in Washington, are my directions valid for you? No, they're not. Find out where you're at. Then decide where you want to go. For me, I'm sick of this middle class. I'm sick of it. I can't afford anything because I make too much money. But if I'm poor, I will be given everything because I don't make enough money. And if I'm wealthy, either I've earned it or someone within my bloodline earned it. And they helped me out. And that's what I want to do with my offspring. I want to help them out. Get them to where they want to go on an easier path. That's it. We just want to get there on an easier path with a little less resistance. Be there to guide them and support them. So, Coach, that's it for me. So tonight topics, get out of this middle class. You either get out of it. You either get wealthy or be poor. Again, be wealthy or be poor. Don't be in the middle. The middle is the worst. The worst. Oh, I want to be in the middle because, hey, I got dreams, I want to get married and, buy me a house. And you can do all that as a poor person. Right now, the government is telling poor people right now, oh, you got good credit? Let us buy you a house through the NACA program. We're going to pay your down payment. Not only are we going to pay your down payment, we're going to use your Section 8 voucher, and we're going to use that to actually pay your mortgage. We've been bamboozled. Straight bamboozled. We can send billions of dollars a year overseas while we're still fighting hunger here, housing here, affordable housing here. Yet, all right, you guys need some weapons? Cool. How much you need? Oh, 1 trillion? Let's go to the back and print that. So it's my belief, get out of this middle class, get out of it. You're either going to be poor, strive to be poor, or strive to be wealthy. Because now, once you know, now I laugh at you. If you want to be in the middle class, idiot. You work so hard for your money just for the government to take it. While I'm sitting here poor, eating steak and lobster on your dime. If that doesn't make you pissed, I don't know if you're American. If you're human, it pisses me off. So, sharing that with you guys, get out of the middle class, start investing in yourself. We chose real estate as our vehicle to get out of the middle class. That's what we chose. When I left where I worked, a really good job, I had a little bit over $100,000 in a 401k. If I still work there today, I probably have, with the market the way it's been, probably have 250. Okay. Now, if you tell me I have $250,000 in a retirement account, I'm panicking. I'm panicking. And I'll tell you what the average person has in a retirement account. Okay. Take their salary, multiply it by 3. That's the average retirement account. Take your salary, multiply it by 3. I'm proud to say that I've surpassed that. I've eclipsed that so far to where I can't even turn around and look and see where I once was. And that's how we want you guys to be. You can't even, you turn around and look, you like, man, pass me the binoculars. And you still can't find you. You need a telescope. So that's how it is, guys. So get out of this middle class. Let's keep working hard. Start investing, start learning, start growing. Coach, turn it over to you, brother.
Coach, appreciate you sharing that information from the beginning to the end, man. Just a wealth of knowledge, a wealth of insight, a viewpoint that you share current events, what's being said, what the market look like, to how you established and how we are working in certain markets and how we go about finding different deals. And you walk them through what you do every morning to help evaluate and analyze a deal right off the bat. And just by doing a habit, that's why I would share with everyone, by developing a habit and a routine, it's called practice, and as you practice, you get better at what you're doing to be successful. Now, Coach brought about a whole bunch of points about being the middle class. It reminded me of a book I read by everybody's favorite person, shall I say, that they love to talk about at least, Robert Kiyosaki and Trump. And they talked about how it's the rich and the poor. It's no middle class. There's no such thing as a middle class. It's the rich and the poor. Coach saying that, hey, the poor get everything handed out, and the middle class got to pay for the poor, and the wealthy keep getting wealthy. The gap is growing, and the gap is going to be 2 class in the future. That's basically what that book says. And it's something about the conversation is similar, is that the poor is the one suffer. The middle class is the one suffer. Either the poor class going to get some handouts and get everything, the wealthy is going to keep getting wealthy, and the middle class is going to be the lost class or the one at the workhorse. They're the workhorse. And if you don't believe that, I'm going to just drive it in with this one point. My uncle bragged to me. He didn't brag. He really said it. He just told me that, hey, my Social Security going about $50 a month. He said, but however, nephew, I ain't a fool. They gonna give me an extra $50, but the insurance gonna go up, my rent gonna go up, the water gonna go up, the electric gonna go up, the gas bill gonna go up, gas for your car gonna go up. So yeah, you gave me $50 more a month, but you just went up on 15 different things that I gotta buy. I don't know if you ever paid attention to your check. When you go home, you pay money. You paid all this money to FAFSA, to Medicaid, to all these different people, right? But you realize you got taxed already on your money that you worked hard for. But then you drive by a gas station, you got to stop, and you got taxed again. Then you go to the restaurant, you eat food, you got taxed again. Then you go to the grocery store, you get taxed again on all the grocery buy. So you just keep getting taxed. So if you made $100, you probably brought home $7 after you've been taxed. And oh, by the way, what you got, Coach?
No, I'm just laughing. It's a shame. It's a shame.
But then we get mad about saying you're un-American if you don't want to pay taxes, but you get taxed on everything. Guys, it's not about that. America came about because it's the land of the free and the brave, right? We came here to build a new way and to grow a new way and create ideals and concepts. That's what we basically done. We said real estate is a vehicle that's already been created. We're going to jump on a bandwagon and say that this is a way to find a way to stay above inflation. And the last time I'm going to say, Coach, to piggyback what off you said, the reason why, Coach kind of hit on it, the reason why real estate is a good way to beat inflation is every year they go up. You go up on your rent. If you ever rent a property, every year you're going to go up a little bit, whether it's 1%, 2%, 3%. So, inflation usually go up by 3%. So if you're doing 3% on just one house and you have one house, you're already beating inflation. So you got 10 houses, that's 3% times 10, that's 30%. You just got a 30% raise. Every year you get a raise on top of a raise. Now, if you don't understand compound interest, I guess I go a little bit deeper, right? If this year, let's say your credit card, you got 20% interest rate on a credit card and you spend $100. So 20% of that $100 next month is due. And then whatever that amount is, if it's 100, let's say it's $120. Let's just say that. It's like hypothetical. I know that ain't 20%. But okay, $120, now 20% on top of that $120 due the next month. And it keep growing. So you keep getting poor because you keep owing the credit card company. You're losing money. Keep owing them more than what you borrowed. You borrowed this amount, $100, but now all of a sudden in a year it's $250 you owe them based off you paying the minimum amount. Minimum amount, then you pay the interest. Then you pay the interest. Because the minimum amount usually be $10 or $15 or $20. So guys, in real estate, that's how you build your money up. You buy a product that you buy under market, right? Less than what the market's saying. Get it at a discount. You do some remodeling to it, and you can either do BRRRR and refinance and get all your money back and just have the equity with the bank. And now you got the person that living in that house, renting out, paying that mortgage back, and paying the insurance, and paying the taxes, and you're making a profit. Every month you're making a profit. Guys, that's a vehicle to beat inflation if you don't beat anything else. And Koach shared with you why. The why. Right? The why of this is important. Everybody needs somewhere to stay, guys. This is a comfortable place. And if you look at if you have a 401k or any kind of 403k or 403b or 401b, whatever it is, if you have any kind of retirement account with your job, I just want to challenge you to go and pull your paperwork and look at what your numbers are right now, and find out if what Koach just said about is 3 times your salary is about right. I challenge you to find it out. And I challenge you to see how much money you lost before COVID and today in your retirement account. I want you to challenge you to do that. So I challenge you first to go look at it. Challenge you second to see if it's 3 times your salary. And then I challenge you third to see how much money you lost between COVID and now. Because there's no games. Ain't gonna be no games. I can promise you that. I can bet my last dollar on that. Ain't gonna be no games. It's gonna be a loss. Right? So not being discouraging, just trying to be encouraging to let you know that it is what it is, my friend. What you gonna do about it is the question. Solution-driven vehicle, real estate, in our eyes. Now, I thank y'all for answering one of the survey questions. I did put some survey questions up to try and help with some thought-provoking questions to kind of see if you answer them. At the same token, I did allow y'all to unmute. So if you have any questions or anything for Koach or myself, but Koach is the lead instructor tonight. So if y'all want to address Coach Joe, you're more than welcome to mash unmute and go ahead and address them. And I think it was a mix-up with the buttons, with the links. So we got to get these links straight again. But we're glad y'all was able to make it when a lot of folks wasn't. But it's live on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Investing Now 2021. If you want to look at the recap on this, Investing Now 2021. But we are live on Facebook in like 3 different areas: Twitter, LinkedIn, not Instagram, YouTube. So y'all more than welcome to unmute. I'll give y'all some few minutes if you need to unmute, ask any questions, make any statements or comments or what have you. You're welcome to do it.
I did have a question. Can y'all hear me?
Yes, we can hear you loud and clear. Thank you.
Hey, my name is Andrew. Appreciate y'all presentation tonight. I did have a question. I'm not sure. Are you guys local to Dallas? And if so, how did you choose those 2 markets? I know that you mentioned you invest in Louisiana and in Chicago. I'm just interested in how you chose those two markets.
So, Coach, you want me to take that one, Coach, or?
Yes, sir. You the lead.
All right, got it. So I do not live in Dallas. However, I am located in Texas, so not far from you if you're in the Dallas market. I'm in San Antonio, Texas. However, I do invest in Dallas. I just don't live there. We do Dallas, Houston, Austin, San Antonio. As far as the Texas market goes. And then whenever you're looking at out of state, Shreveport, Bossier, Louisiana, and Chicago, Illinois. And yeah, we're pulling back from Baton Rouge, Louisiana. The insurances have become just outrageous out there. So, we're pulling back from Baton Rouge, Louisiana. So you asked how I identified my markets. So for me, because I didn't have an abundance amount of capital at my disposal, so I didn't have a lot of cash. So I needed to be somewhere where I could leverage my credit and the cash that I had. And so Louisiana and Illinois, they allowed me to do that in those markets. So I'm able to buy a property, finance a property, and I'll tell you the last property we purchased it for $115,000, and we put in like 45,000 into it, and fixed up is worth 250. So I'm able to do that and finance it. In Texas, a lot of times, if you don't find that deal yourself, you're competing with cash buyers. So they can come in and say, hey, look, boom, I'll give you 100. And in this example here, I'll give you 120 and I'll close in 10 days. For me, I can't close in 10 days. It's steps that I have to take, approval process with my lenders. So I chose the markets to where the volume was there, the volume of people was there, the volume of opportunity was there as far as houses go. And again, I like single family and multifamily in Illinois. And the opportunity is just great. The affordability was there. I'm able to purchase properties. Last property I purchased, like I said, it was 115,000. Put one under contract. Now we're waiting on the payoff, but we're going to be between 115 and 115 and 120. We're going to be between that number. ARV like 265. So roughly very close. So I'm able to do things like that. Purchase property for 150,000, put 70,000 into it. That property was worth 375,000, and another one we bought for 155. We put 60 into it. That property is worth 350,000. So I'm able to purchase them at the price point to where I feel confident and comfortable with my finances and resources. And then two, I know that that's still in the first-time home buyers area. What that means is that first-time home buyers areas, they're a step above the lower end home buyers, right there in that middle area. See, here's the thing about the middle. Remember I said about the middle class. Here's the thing about the middle class. They spend the most money. So if you are a business owner, professional, who do you want to sell to? The middle class. Who do you want to rent to? The middle class. So you find that, and so that was the strategy I chose. So sorry if that answer was a little bit long-winded, but I want to add a little bit more context and detail to it. Perfect. So let me ask you, are you located in the Dallas market? And if so, like what's your experience level?
I am located in Dallas. I was wholesaling for.
Oh, I'm sorry, sir. We can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Just a little bit.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm on my headphones, so
Got it.
connection might not be. Oh, that's great. But yeah, I just moved to the Dallas market, so just looking to get started here in the Dallas market. I was doing some things over in South Florida. So we decided to move and shut down state business, saved up, and just looking to get started over here, trying to decide whether I want to go virtual or what route I want to take.
Excellent. Okay, Coach, you got anything to add to that?
Sure, I think you covered it all.
Okay. Perfect. Okay. Any other questions, comments?
No, hello, my name is Evelyn. Just want to thank you guys very much. I joined in late. I think I was having a little problem joining, but then this is really good information. I really like the idea of getting out of middle class because that's where I find myself, and just like you said, you either at the top or at the bottom. So thank you for that. That's a great kicker. And then just a question: what are your thoughts on equity out of a house at this time?
Well, what would you? First, let me say thank you for the feedback and accomplishment. It's greatly appreciated, and you're very welcome as well. So, with tapping into your equity in your home, what would you be doing with those resources?
Well, I was looking to use that to invest in a rental property.
Well, as long as the numbers work, it's an excellent time. It's an excellent time. As long as you have a strategy, with your money, you're pretty solid. Where it gets tricky is where, we pull out the equity, we're not sure what to do with it, and we give it back to the rich, right? That's where it gets tricky. We pull out
Right.
this equity, we access it, and boom. Oh, okay, you're at the top. Let me give you more money, Amazon.
So what I'm looking at is actually just get out the equity. And probably not taking the cash. I think I can just go directly from I could just buy from there. I say I have 200 or 300,000 in equity in the house, and I'm looking to use that as down payment for a rental property.
Yes. See, that actually works.
Do I really have to pull the cash out?
No, you don't have to. Well, yes and no. All right. Because you can leverage that capital. And that's where Coach T will be able to show you exactly how to do that effectively. So, and I'll give you just a quick run through here. Actually, I'm going to show you a live example here. And then Coach, if you get on Coach's calendar, he will be able to share with you step by step how to actually execute this strategy. So here's a rental property that we have right here. I'm going to show it to you. So this is one of our properties right here, but not just a photo. What I want you to see here is what we acquired the property for. Let's see if it shows that. Nope. Because I can't even remember what we paid for the property. Wow, it's not even showing it. Let's see here. But doesn't matter because I can go find it right here. Okay. So let's go take a look. Boom. I like that. Equity 7,100. That's what I like. Man, I like that. Let's see here. Mortgage information. I didn't even buy this house through RC, did I? I guess I did. Okay. Let's see here. Man, I can't even remember what I paid for the house. Oh, here we go. $88,000. Okay, 88,000. And so this is, I can share a little bit more with you, but $88,000. And this is what I love about how you can manipulate. This is what the wealthy do, how they can manipulate things to where it shows that I only have $7,100 of equity. And I'll tell you that I have a lot, a hell of a lot more than that. So when you look at it, you got $88,000 the purchase price. The property right now, if I sold this property, it would be at $300,000. Okay. That's how much the property is worth right now, right at $300,000. And you saw it looks pretty good.
Right.
Let's see here. Let me get my screen smaller. Okay, for some reason I can't. All right, there we go. Okay. So now I'm going to show you exactly how this works. Gonna go back over here. Do you guys see Zillow right now? What do you,
No, no,
you see my
it's your,
desktop, huh?
it's your desktop, right?
Ah, okay. Let me get you over here. Okay,
Yeah,
now we should see it. Okay,
yeah,
perfect. So purchased this house for 80. It said 88,000.
yeah.
Okay. My rehab budget on this property here was 60,000. All in $148,000. Okay. $148,000. Now watch this. Let's just say roughly 150. And it's worth $300,000 right now. So you take that $300,000
152.
times 0.6, and I'll get there, 0.6, 180,000. Now I'm getting it sexy for you. 0.6, 60% of the value of the property fixed up is 180,000.
Okay.
So because you want to buy properties between 65%. This is what Coach will be able to show you how to do it. So now 60% of the value of the property fixed up is 180. Now let me subtract what I paid for it, 88,000. That leaves me with 92,000. Remember how much money I put into it? 60,000. Now subtract 60,000. $32,000. So if you buy your property the way Coach T teaches you how to do it, it's called the Burr method. You're able to buy the property, renovate the property, refinance the property out, put a 30-year loan on it, and you're able to walk away with about $32,000 in your pocket. Cash money, profit, tax-free. So now what do? Remember, this does not include your down payment money. This is extra equity that you pulled out.
Mm-hmm.
Now, again, that's only at 60%. When you're doing your refis on rental properties, you can go up to, on average, you can go up to 75%.
Mm-hmm.
So imagine if you did 75%. Let's take a look at it really quick. 300,000 times 0.75, 225 minus 88,000, then minus 60,000 on the renovations. You can walk away at $77,000.
Right.
Show you how to do it. So this is like buying smart. So everyone says, oh, the crash is coming, it could happen. However, if you're purchasing properties, the crashes typically doesn't affect home prices beyond 15%. 15%. So if the house is worth 300,000 today, let's just say it crashed times 0.015, 45. I'm sorry, that'd be $45,000 that the value would go down. So now your property is worth 255. Guess what? Even at 75%, you still got 10% equity. You're still on top. And
So
you got your $77,000 in cash.
that's right.
Mm-hmm.
So in my case, when I bought, it was like the interest rate was 3.5. So if I'm equitying out, the new balance will be at maybe 7-8%.
Correct. So for you, in your case, we would suggest getting a HELOC first, to go through a HELOC. The HELOC keeps your primary loan in place. And now the money that you set aside for a line of credit as your HELOC would be available, and that would be at the new interest rate. So remember, with HELOCs, you only pay for what you use. You don't use, you don't pay. However, that money is there available for you. It's like a credit card. You can
Right.
carry a balance or not.
And that will be good for the bear strategy where you buy it, fix up and sell.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Piggyback on that one.
Okay.
Yes, sir. I know you can. That's your baby right there, Coach.
Yeah. Well, not only that, not only for Burr, it's good for any strategy. Honestly, private money lending, fix and flips, bridge loan lending. Basically, you just open up a cash credit card. It's like a credit card, but you got cash, and you can use it as you see fit. And it's only prime plus. Usually, a HELOC gonna be prime, whatever the prime is, plus 1.5% to 2%. You're gonna be more than that. And the great thing about a HELOC that's very sexy is you put no doubt. If you with a company and you go try and do this, make sure they don't charge you any money to put a HELOC on your house. You shouldn't put no money down. It shouldn't be no fees, nothing. The bank assume all those because your house is collateral if you default, and you will not default if you're working with myself or Coach. There's no reason for you to default because every deal you're gonna do is gonna be a winning situation no matter what. Whether you're doing private money lending, or whether you're doing fix and flip, or whether you're doing Burr, buy and hold. It's just, I use Burr over and over again. I love Burr. I use HELOCs over and over again, and I use line of credit over and over again. Commercial line of credits. Whenever you get commercials business, then it'll be considered a commercial line of credit instead of HELOC. So those are the ways that I acquire properties. Those are the way that I basically invest private money and lending as well. So I'm giving you a lot at one time, but yeah, don't worry about that interest deal. That 3%, you will keep your 3% as long as you do a HELOC. It's only gonna go for the money you borrow and the money you spend. Not if you don't spend no money, you don't owe no money.
Okay. All right. So if I was doing a buy and hold, I'll still be able to use the HELOC, correct?
Absolutely. Absolutely. If you're doing buy and hold, I would definitely recommend you refinance that property you're buying and holding and pay off your HELOC. I know. Get on my schedule.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, the way you get on the schedule is download that book, the audiobook. You should get an email on to invite you. And at the same token, if you got any other people that think they you want to hear that, the audiobook after you listen to a little bit of it, definitely share how you got it, the audio link, what have you. But download the audiobook. It definitely talks about how money works. I talk about a HELOC in there. I talk about a lot of things about how money make money. So yeah, definitely do that. And then after that, you should get an email to get my schedule. And if not, you should either email me or text me if you don't get the email, and make sure you get on my schedule so we can talk and get you started and, help you to be successful.
All right, great. Thank you very much.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you for getting on.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, Coach, man, you got any closing remarks, man? I appreciate you. Great call tonight. Great insight. Great, great. All of it great. You didn't wait to be great. You started when your mom had you.
Hey, time to roll. Let's go.
All right, y'all have a good night.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.